Hey, family, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Look, I'm finally went live about this subject. If I had to do it all over again, and it was so many things that I wanted to add it in there because what I was referring to is our parents. I was just talking about my parents, and I'm a herbalist, and with being a herbalist, you learn about the body. I mean, you learn so many things about the body, and especially that it heals itself. And the fact that it heals itself, family, I just thought about my family. I thought about like my story. I don't know if you guys heard my story. I, I don't know if you guys heard my full story on how became a herbalist, and just a little piece I learned from the mouth of babes. I don't know if y'all heard that. Let me make sure this thing is working. But I don't know if y'all heard that, but or remember that, or even think that is true. But I learned this from the mouth of babes. I learned this from my daughter. I looked at how my daughter's on a different path, and she was like, she pretty much introduced me to herbalist cream on YouTube. She was like, yo, check out this video. But it was like other things, and believe me, that's pretty much how it started. And like I said, from the mouth of babes. And I was saying, if I can do it all over again, and even now, my both my parents are still alive, but they're in their 80s now. My mother will be 80 in September. My dad is already in his 80s. And anything I say is like one ear. You see this little piece of skin right here, this little piece of meat that I call it. It's like it bounced off this, and it just goes out. It just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if y'all guys has parents like that, but that's what I was referring to this. But I can truly admit the person that I am this day right now, if I had it to do all over again, oh, I had reservation before. I was like, I would change a lot. But honestly, the person I am now, I wouldn't change. I would go, but maybe one thing I would change, but I wouldn't change a thing. Granted, we always say the younger self, this, but I didn't learn this until really in my 50s, really in my 50s. And well, the phone's just, let me put the phone to the side. But like I said, I didn't learn about healing the body and herbalism until in my 50s. Well, is it 50s? I would say 49, 50, but that's still, still going into the 50s club. So I don't know about how you guys feel. I really don't know how you guys feel. And if you think about that, because all I was saying is, I mean, I don't want to get emotional. Honestly, I don't want to get emotional, but this is so emotional because I think about my sister. I mean, oh my gosh, my sister on my mom's side, I can say like that. She died of sickle cell anemia. And I'm like, study shows it's curable. I'm gonna say healers, as a herbalist, as a holistic healer, it's healable. And you be like, what the hell? What it just blows your mind. It's like, wow, she could be here right now taking care of her daughter. She could be right here. And it's like, y'all woulda, coulda, shoulda. And it is just like profound that I was like, Dr. Sabi was in the news. And I'm like, what was I? I didn't hear it until Left Eye came on. And she was like, I'm going through the spiritual journey, and I'm drinking different water, and I'm doing cleanses. And I'm like, like, okay, you got me listening. But it always takes, like people to change. And hear me, I know you like Viola. Uh Look, I'm trying to make sure the camera's straight. I know you like Viola. Well, that's what happened to you, but I'm just saying, it's like, man, we should know this at birth. I mean, I'm just saying we should know this at birth. But anyway, all I was saying is my sister would be here, my grandparents would still be here. I'm just saying, for different things, different illnesses, and different things. If you had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing, because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. Because back then I was shy. Back then I didn't take different opportunities. Like, I always had something in me that I would speak out on certain things, or I would speak out, but ain't nobody listening to me. Girl, like, oh, Viola, she just talking. It's like now, It's like now I don't care. I'm proud to be the black sheep of the family, even though there was like Blackie, but that's a whole other subject for a whole. Cause y'all get me on that one, and that's just within different family members that they was just insecure with themselves. I just leave it like they was insecure with themselves. But we're just talking about, the state of our family. It's like right now we got some profound information that, man, so I can take candida out of my body, I can kill the parasites, and just to have that knowledge, that power. Same thing with your eyes. You can get your eyes back, family. It's like, what? I don't have to have this surgery. I don't have to that surgery. Study shows, and y'all know my disclaimer. Y'all look at the disclaimer down at the bottom. You always got to look at the disclaimer. So when this is over, it's a disclaimer because, people be like, oh, you saying this, you saying that. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at this point. Because at this point, we already know how the world is. It's blatant in our face. It's blatant in our face. And I can honestly say in some of that, it's a lot of things, a lot of choice words I can say. I can be mad, cussing, angry, I can really be ignorant, because we got this free will. And I know a lot of us go through stuff, especially losing our parents, losing loved ones, losing people from stupid things that's going on in this world, especially what's going on now within the last 3 years. I can just the last three from 2020 to right now. We already know what's going on. And I'm just gonna calm down. But like I said, you can be angry, but honestly, you already knew. Honestly, think about it. Deep down inside, fam, tell me you didn't know. Come on now. Let's really look at history and look at everything. And it's like we knew, especially if you mocha chocolate and you got this, you got this this deeper melanin, and the stronger, what, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I know if we really just go back down into this health realm, because I'm gonna tell you, with our health jacked up, we cannot get into our purpose. Some of us sees it, some of us in it, but we can't really fully get into our purpose and fully get into our truth. And what I mean by our true power, because I can say all day, your body heals itself and your body is powerful beyond measure. You're powerful. I can say this all day, but you got to believe it. You got to believe it. And like I'm not telling you to look at the past or even care about the past, but that past will show you what's going to happen next. It can. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to say it in the chat, but if we really look at it, man, Mike, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can still do that. Yes. So, uh, yes. So I just want to make sure that I fix something. So, yeah, I know I always do that late, but I just want to make sure someone's taking care of it. Yeah. But Mike, I think I'm too late to hit you, moderator. But if you go ahead and say something in the chat, maybe it'll come up. So if you can, just say something in the chat just so you come. I'm just trying to make sure that I have a moderator. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Gratitude, gratitude. But anyway, family, if we look at, like I said, when we want to change something, like right now, that's the perfect opportunity. And a lot of us don't like change. A lot of us don't like change. A lot of people's like, I'm not giving up meat. And it's like, but do it in moderation. Because if we really look at, and I don't know who I was talking to, because I'm always talking about something with this health and about change, but I don't know if it was on a clip or anything, but it was just profound. And I'm like, right, the way we were back then, it's like a lot of things just wasn't, well, it just wasn't gluttony. I could put it like that. And I was thinking about that, and I was like meditating. I'm like, man, when did this meat really start? Really, that's really killing our body. We talking about dairy, meat. Y'all can look at a whole slew of things, and just like certain, I can say study shows on certain medications, if you burn that MF down, it'll turn in some tar. You like tar, you like motor oil. Y'all got to research for yourself, fam. There's so much stuff that we just oblivious to. And if you just, I mean, even if you just meditate and think about, you know, like the title, if I had to do it all over again, and I'm like, I learned so much and I grew within the last 3 years, especially when, this shutdown, I grew so much and I'm like, wow. And I mean, I'm telling y'all, family, when y'all go through a deep cleansing, I mean a deep cleansing where you giving off meat, dairy, pasta, and I'm not talking about pasta using vegetables. I'm talking about pasta where it's everything white, the white flour. I'm just saying. When you give up all that, your body goes to a change. Your body, I mean, you're gonna sweat purge because it's not about getting on mucus out, getting those cancer cells. We got a lot of you guys don't know, but the majority of us have cancer cells in your body, and it's just some of us are lucky and it goes out like it's supposed to, because we have cells that die, but you just don't know what that cell's going to change to. That's why our body's beautiful. But your body's beautiful that most of the times when those cells die and we're still eating wrong and eating bad, the cells become, it just becomes like a mass, and you already know that mass what it turns into. And I'm gonna leave it there. But the beautiful thing about it, your body just makes it into a little trash can, and you're like, oh, I got this lump, oh, I got that. But it's what you do next is critical. What you do next would save your life or a slow death. I'm just gonna say it. I'm talking about slow death. Like you maintaining, but it's a slow death. All right, it worked. But y'all get what I'm saying? It's a slow death. Sometimes it's faster. Sometimes people's faster. But when we it pains my heart, really. It pains my heart that when we are sick, or when the doctors say them, I'm not even going to say them 3 words or whatever. When the doctor say those words, you're going to die, or what you do next, you're going to die. But just think about when you don't go to the doctor. Think about when you have that pain in your gut and your side, especially the ones who, had their what you would call erupt, their appendix erupt, and you be like, oh, I got a pain, and they don't realize what it is. But if you don't go to the doctor, you don't find out. But just think, why did your appendix burst? And they don't even talk about it, but you already know why your appendix burst. And it's like, man, just tell me, why did my appendix burst? Because you was backed up and you didn't do a cleanse. Now y'all know we're supposed to do a cleanse regardless of how you are or whatever. You hearing it for the first time, then if you're not hearing it, you need to do a cleanse at least 1 time a year, minimum. If you could do it 4 times, do it 4 times. But I'm a practice intermittent fasting. I'm a practice fasting. I'm gonna do a 3-day cleanse. I'm gonna do a 3-day just nothing but freshly squeezed juice. Just freshly squeezed juice. And stop thinking of oranges, because that's not the only freshly squeezed juice there is. You gotta look at the array. You can take a plum, cut it up, and juice it. Y'all know that, right? A plum. Come on now. Blueberries, blackberries. You got so much stuff that you can just make some fresh juice. And I ain't trying to add no agave, and I said that before. Don't add nothing. You could pop up putting some coconut in there. Some things don't matter. I mean, don't match or don't combine. So just make sure you got a good recipe, and just make sure that you look at the combination chart, because we don't look at the combination chart. That's what should be on your refrigerator. Combination, so your kids will know. Because the mouth to babes. All I can say is the mouth to babes. And we could talk about our elderly. We could talk about our elderly, especially if you had that grandmother or that aunt or that grandfather that was well knowledge and was like just speaking facts, just speaking stuff that would just tell you stuff that's gonna happen. I told you. You know how granddaddy be smoking his pipe. My granddad, I used to love to smell that pipe. You know, on occasion, if he do it outside, because he lived in North Carolina, right there in Johnston County, and he would smoke that pipe and it just smelled so good. It's like now you just don't want no one smoking a pipe, but it just smells so good. But anyway, he'd be smoking that pipe and he'd just be patting and he'd be like, Mama, calling my grandma, Mama, and he'll just be talking and like them children and hit this, and they'll be speaking knowledge. You'd be like, dang, now I get it. It's like, it's not until you have children till you get what your grandparents and what your parents been saying. I'm like, wow, now I get it. But anyway, fam. The only reason why I'm really making this video because I'm thinking about, the woulda, shoulda, coulda. And then I was like, it don't matter. That's over. Are we willing to change now? Now that we have the information, do we willing to change? I love that, like I said, from the mouth of babes, both me and my daughter's father changed our lives. Even his wife changed. Dawn, if you listening, girl, we up on it. And she has a yoni steam. She has a yoni steam. I'll put it down below. She's out of Connecticut. I did do a video earlier about Dawn Williams, with her yoni. But anyway, family, we both changed because the mouth of babes, because our daughter, she said she just say some things, and then you look like mate, I'm open. And family, honestly, you got to be open to it. Because sometimes you're like, whatever. You be like, I ain't giving up this meat. But if you really think about when you in pain, it's something about when you in pain. You be like, wait a minute. You be like, maybe let me try it. But let me try. What I got? Because if you think back in the day of you growing up, all you heard, like, I was born in the 60s. So from the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, I didn't think about no minerals. I really didn't think about minerals, but you think about your body. You think about your body. You think about how long, what you've been living off. Now, I was taking all kind of prenatal vitamins. I was taking, make sure I had a vitamin. And same thing, like I want this to get out to the masses, like, because they don't know. They don't know that you should have vitamins and minerals, especially if we eating trash. And especially if you ain't cooking. Family, there's this clip. I don't know if it's on here. I played it on my podcast, and the guy was sitting here. Let me see if I can play this. Let me see. But and he was sitting there talking about how and he had to say it. He said welfare. He said a welfare mom compared to a rich mom. He stated, and I'm glad I found it. I'm going to put it on the podcast tomorrow. Or I could have put it on the podcast. I don't remember. I be recording podcasts. I can't even remember. But I'm not going to play it now because I got other things on my phone, and I just don't need to hear some of the things because I recorded some stuff that shouldn't be on here, because it came off TikTok. I'm just gonna say it came off TikTok. And it's some sensitive information. And I'm not talking about, the current thing about this cashless society. I'm not talking about the stuff that's going on in the news. I'm not going to talk about it because the lie vision will lie, and you be like, let's stick with the truth. Let's stick with what we know about what we see in our family, how our family is going. We know. But back to the vitamins and minerals. Honestly, how many people knew that you had to take minerals? Really, you knew vitamins. All I know is vitamins because I speak to people and I'm like, do you take vitamins and minerals? They'll go, I took vitamin D, I got some C, and I got some magnesium. And you'll hear those a couple, but then you hear people anemic, then you hear all this other stuff. And it's profound that no one's taking vitamins and minerals. It's not until Dr. Sabi, Lisa Left Out Lopez came and was talking about Dr. Sabi and the CMOS. Then the CMOS came out. Let's be honest, CMOS is like the hit, but they said there's something more powerful than CMOS. And I'm like, let me find it so I can sell it. But there is, and I'm not here to talk about that. There is, but it's just the point that CMOS gave you the minerals. And that's what a lot of us been lacking. That's what a lot of us been lacking. Yes, back in the day, the fruits and vegetable was good. Actually, food was your medicine. Now we are eating stuff that's not food, and then we wondering why we're fine. Family, yes, you may be fine. You may think you're healthy. Come on, let's be honest. You may think you're healthy. Then you wonder why people are like, oh, My left arm is hurting or my right arm is hurting. I don't know which sign was, but I know it's one of the arms. Your arm hurt. That's the sign for stroke. Or one side of your body go limp. That's like, a stroke. And you look and you're like, well, dang, just like when when I was deployed downrange, a lot of people was, having blood clots, they'll stand up and drop dead. And you're like, wait a minute, they dead? Seriously, family. It's like you be driving for 4, 5, sometimes 12 hours straight, and we don't realize we're eating all this sodium packed foods. We're eating so much stuff that, and it was good. It was good because, back then I was still eating meat, but they would stand up or something would happen and find out when they did a autopsy, it was a blood clot. And you'd be like, ooh, a blood clot. And you're like, what could we do? You're like, what could you do? And all you're thinking is, whoa, you can't get rid of that. You'd be like, but you can. But you can. That's why Mama D and Herbal's Cream is always talking about that cayenne pepper. Even Mike, y'all go on his website. I mean, y'all go on his YouTube channel. Like, I know y'all already did. I know y'all already went and helped Mike. Y'all see him. It's Third Element Vitality. Y'all go and look at his YouTube, and he's talking about it. He's talking about cayenne pepper. I even talked about cayenne pepper. I'm telling you, family study shows life saver. Life saver. I'm gonna leave it there, fam. I'm gonna leave it there. But like I'm talking about these vitamins and minerals, think about it. If you're taking these vitamins and minerals, you're saving your life because it used to be in the food. I did say it used to be in the food. That's why when I was talking about that video about they were saying a welfare mom versus a wealthy mom, that they go out and eat all the time. We go out to eating these fast foods, eating. The welfare mom is more healthier and their children are more healthier because they had a home cooked meal. That home cooked meal, family, is everything. I'm telling you, the home cooked meal, I know we all should get back to. Be like, but I don't have time. Then you got to make time. We got to learn to cut things off and make time. Even if you bring the food to wherever game, whatever, pack it up, make it on Sunday. That stuff will last 3 days. Come on, family. And then on Wednesday, cook again. That stuff will last. It's a lot of stuff that we just got to do. It's a lot of stuff we got to do and get back to having that, your grandparents live with you or down the street, or it's like the Sunday dinner. Those all that stuff that we don't do now. I don't know if y'all do it, which I love. I love if you guys do it. I really love if you guys do it. But it's like urgent. It's urgent. Whew, I'm trying not to really talk about the state of well, we already know our health now. We already know our health because I would say between 2018 and 2019, we was really, really focused on our health. I mean, like they said, because Beyonce said she was a vegan, then people was like, whatever. It shouldn't have to be because we hearing a superstar. It should be because your grandmother or your mama said it, and you be like, well, when I get grown, my kid's gonna eat meat, and you be like, and I hope y'all don't get mad at me saying that. I said, but so you're gonna kill them slowly again? I mean, because I had to think about it. My daughter, when she told me like, "Mom, you gotta stop eating meat," I'm a vegan. I'm like, okay, so I need to give up cheese, even though cheese was tearing me up. I can admit that cheese, dairy, please. Bubble guts, like I said, Freddy Krueger was in my stomach, but I was like, let me eat a little bit of ice cream and I'll suffer later because it's too good. Y'all know rum raisin. What's the rum raisin ice cream? Pina colada ice cream. Oh my gosh. I know it still sounds silly. And butter pecan. That was me all day and every day. But what did I do? I changed it. I don't eat any of that anymore. And it's like, sometimes you go to people's house, you eat a little pasta, so you get a little bit of milk. But see, moderation don't hurt as much as if you had a whole bowl. So moderation, if we just do things in moderation, like I was just asking my parents, and they're like, shut up, girl, you don't know. Because they look at me like, you just was in the military. What you know about some herbs? And you be like, well, dad and mom, didn't grandma have her own garden? Because I know they had a garden. I remember, but our parents be like, I'm too busy And life is different. Granted, I know life is different. I know life is different, but life's not too different that you can't put some herbs in a window. I know people who, because I was just in a class with a whole bunch of herbalists, and it was like maybe 150 in that class. And they were showing their houses, they were showing inside a room with a tent, and they had a whole garden in there. I was like, what in the world? And I'm like, change your perspective. I'm telling you, growth growth is necessary, family. I don't anybody say growth is necessary. I learned about the minerals, I learned about the vitamins, and I'm like, those are important because I wasn't taking them. I was not taking them consistently, especially minerals. I was like, what? So so you mean I'm cooking and I'm making all this food, ain't nothing in that food, maybe a little bit? And you be like, wait a minute, you had to think for yourself. Wait a minute, so you mean to tell me that I'm the cause of my child being sick? You had to think about that. Because, I'm going to tell you, and like I said, I don't want to be emotional, but when you know that you're the cause, it just does something to you. Like I said, my daughter introduced me to this world. You know what I'm saying? And we changed. But when I went to my parents, they were like, it hurt because I just wish there was a little stronger. Honestly, I just wish there was a little stronger, meaning that wouldn't be so as frail. Because honestly, we don't have to have weak parents. And what I mean weak, I'm talking about their body. I'm talking about having a, a a bloated belly to where you thinking that's your stomach and it's actually your intestines, but you don't believe that because the doctor didn't say it, because your provider didn't say it. And you hear from your daughter like, shut up. Just remember back in the day, I remember back in the day when smoking was cool, but you came home after you learned smoking, you learned that you learned you because I did talk about that a little bit in school, and you hear your peers say, y'all know cancer did this, because cancer was like on a rampage, and it was like, y'all better stop smoking. Your parents were like, shut up. You would go home, you'd be like, please, motto smoking. You'd make comments, they'll want to whip your ass. I'm not just saying they beat your ass. You'd be like, shut up, I'm grown and I know what I'm doing. And I was like, honestly, I was like, I ain't smoking. I'm not smoking nothing. I said that. I was like, my mama gonna die because she gonna die of smoking. But my mother was a person who cooked. We didn't go out that much. Y'all lucky. And I was like, to me, I'm like, thank you. Gratitude that we ate mainly in the house. We had a meal in the house. I'm talking about dinner, breakfast and lunch. And sometimes on occasion you had breakfast, or the weekend they'll make grits and eggs and bacon or a slice of ham, but with the biscuits and the gravy. Y'all know that meal is like hell no. I said it. It's like hell no, especially oatmeal and banana. Hell no. But anyway, that's just me. This is my channel. Y'all don't, y'all too bad if y'all don't like the information. But we got to really know what we're doing to our family. But the cooking, because what she knew, what she put in it, and that's what saved us. That's what saved us. And I'm like, okay. So I had a fighting chance. I know I didn't come vaginally delivered. I know I didn't have breast milk, but we did eat in the house. So that saved my behind. It saved me. And I'm like, where my health is not worse than it could be. I'm gonna say it like that. It's worse than it could be, because you looking at your family members, you're looking at how they died, with we talking about high blood pressure and diabetes. Some people got like I said, the big three, and you be like, man, how you get cancer too? And you be like, as you learn about these herbs, you're like, dang, that's how you got cancer. You be like, dang, that's how you got high blood pressure. All these different eases that's going on with our body. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying not to say too many words, but studies already shown about where these diseases that the medical society put on us. We already know where they came from, but a lot of us don't ask the question to our provider and say, so what organ is again? What I need to be concerned about? What? And we don't think about that. That those are the questions that we don't ask, because we look at them as, and I can sit here and say a lot of them don't know. A lot of them don't know. A lot of them wasn't taught that. They're thinking that they're saving lives, because think about your peers. If they on the same track we are, meat eaters, heavy dairy eaters. I'm talking about my brothers and sisters. We're heavy in that, and we don't relate that that's what it is. We're like, nah, grandma and granddaddy, her parents was doing this, and we don't put it, we don't relate, because like right now, not saying I wish you to go to a funeral, but if you go to a wake right now, y'all tell me what's on the menu. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. You tell me what's on the menu. Y'all can put in the chat room which I think is on the menu. You know what I'm saying? And y'all already know they always have this plain old salad. And that's what I be hating. They be having lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers. And I'm like, y'all better spice that salad up. Come on now. Y'all know how to make a good salad. Stop thinking that the only thing we should have is sausages, hamburgers, hot dogs, ribs, and chicken. We quick to put the barbecue and smoke, and it be smelling good now. But quick to do that, and it's like, wait a minute. We be like, is nobody sensible? And they go, yo, how about just moderation? How about like a half a hot dog or a half a piece of chicken? You know what I'm saying? Moderation. It's like we eat gluttony. And like I said, we killing ourselves, but we on a slow death. Some of it speeding up. And I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna go in that why it's speeded up. But y'all already know why it's speeding up. Come on now. Y'all know. Come on, let's think for ourselves. You already know. Just not gonna say it here, but if you was in person, I would say it, but not around these devices. We can really talk, but we can't talk here. But I love you guys, and I just want to make sure that it's like right now we all got free will, right? Because we have that free will, we get choices. But are you really willing to change? And change to the point to where you know better. Like even if you substitute and change a little, eat moderation, that's excellent. That's excellent, because you're gonna live longer, and it's only you can go to your doctor and say, listen, doc, we need to talk about this medication. We need to talk about the medication. I'm gonna say it on every single line. We need to talk about this medication and try to get up off of this. Get up off this and do something else. That's all I'm saying. Get up off this medication, do something else. That's what y'all need to have your providers, because I would never ever tell you to get off your medication. If you was my mama, man. But like I said, some of them not listening. Some of them not listening. That's the main reason why I'm talking live, because like I said, if I had to do it all over again, and the part that I would change, the only thing I would change is I would make a bigger stink, a bigger fuss about my parents and their health. I really would. I would like stop talking to them unless they don't change. Because y'all, I know some people can hold out, but I would just cut off talk. I mean, I really would. I really would. I think, and I said little things that I would change. Like me, I did change. So I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I changed over. It may took me a while, but I'm glad I changed over. But I would be more, because I want our parents. I want my parents stronger. I want them stronger to like my aunt. My aunt Ann lived until she was 91 years old, and she lived by herself. She lived alone, paid her bills, went shopping. And I mean, did she eat out? Nope, she cooked. She cooked. She didn't play that. Yes, she had a nurse that come sit down with her, but she was strong mind, strong will, and she didn't play that. She didn't play that at all. She had a job, and she had a retirement. She had an apartment. She made sure she paid the apartment off. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that y'all can look, but you don't get to see everything, because like right now, everybody's moving out of different states, so you don't really be with your village, your community. You don't really be with your community to see different things. You just see it after they pass. And then when they stand up and they were like, telling their eulogy, or just expressing about, I am this. And it's like, wow, you think about, wow, I remember this, I remember that. But you start remembering when you was a child. And it's like right now we shouldn't regret. Right now, all the things I said about this world, don't let the evil things that people do and still doing and continually doing it, don't let that change you to be evil. We just got to be more aware and see what's going on. The reason why I changed that, because I was thinking about my aunt. She wasn't bitter. She said her piece, say what she had to say, but she knew about this world. Because I used to think, I'm like, that's why I am was saying that. And then, but it's like, we go through this world, right? We go through life, and it's like you have these aunts and uncles, and everybody's different. Y'all know when y'all have children. If you got children now, like I got two daughters, they were like total opposites. Now they starting to be alike in certain things. But y'all know y'all have these kids. You be like, well, dang. You be like, why you like that and why you like that? It's about their peers and who they're around, and what they learn, because you be like, that ain't my child. You be like they be like oil and water. I'm gonna leave it like they like oil and water. And then when you look at their lives and look at what they did, like I'm saying, I'm looking at my aunts, because like my mom said, it was 13 of them. And on my dad, it was only 5 of them. That's a huge family. So I have a huge family, cousins, aunts. I mean, please, I got so much family, so much family. That's why we got to be careful, because a couple of my cousins kind of married each other. You don't name it, like, dang. I said, y'all know we got that in the family. So don't act like I'm the only one. Don't act like I'm the only one. But anyway, family, that's what happens when everybody's distant and everything else. But anyway, we just want to talk about change. I said all that to talk about change. A lot of us do not want to change. A lot of us are just stuck in our ways. And the only way we change is when the doctors say those words. You are going to die if you don't stop. You are going to do this if you don't stop. Because the doctor told my mother those exact same words. They was like, if you smoke one more time, you will die. That's what my mother, she quit smoking just like that. I mean, it was like for years she kept saying she gonna stop smoking. But I'm telling you, that's the only way we change. It's like saying those words instead of listening to your children, like the mouth of babes. Ma, I don't want you to smoke because you're killing yourself. They be like, I'm grown. You be like, all right, you grown. Y'all be grown. But it's like, why are you listening to thems? Why are you listening to thems? And what time where I'm at 37 minutes. Why are you listening to them? Some of them with the with the hoods on. I had to say it. Because you think some of them on that side. Look, not all of them like that. But I'd be like, which one? I'd be like, okay, let me look at your last name. I'm cutting up. I know I'm cutting up. I'm gonna stop. But we gotta worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Your mother listening to some doctor, but you know, if she just took some colon cleanse and some, get a colon moving. Because a lot of us, man, we only pooping once a day. If you pooping once a day and you eat meat 3 to 2 meals, that means, like I said, today's Tuesday. That means you just getting rid of maybe Friday or Saturday's meal. You be like, what? Wait a minute. I'm just saying. We just need to poop. A lot of come on now. A lot of our family, they don't want to, that light bulbs just don't be screwed in. They be like, all right, my doctor said that it's okay if I don't poop every day. And I'm like, y'all keep believing that shit if you want to. You need to run. You need to see that doctor again. What you need to be doing is thinking about them babies. Them babies can drink an 8 ounce or 4 ounces, or even an ounce, and it be crapping. You be like, wait, how that baby poop like that? But we eating all this meat and we eating all this, the chocolate candy. We eating spaghetti with the noodles, not the squash, not the squash, but you're eating pasta. You eating some rolled up pasta made with flour. You know what I'm saying? And it's clogging you up. And I mean clogging you up. And you ain't pooping and you don't care. All you say is, I'm gonna go soon. You be like, all right, I'm gonna go tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes. Y'all know tomorrow never comes. Y'all keep waiting on tomorrow. And then in this next day, you still ain't poop. And then you're like, okay, I can go one more day. And then y'all run to the grocery store and you try to go get some X-Lax. Y'all know, y'all go get the milk. I mean, when I kept hearing Metamucil and milk and magnesia and all this other stuff, I said, so what are you putting in your stomach? Because if it's dairy or soy in there, you on that slow death. And it's gonna take a long time for it to get through all them pipes and through all that to get out. And then when you say, okay, I finally pooped after 3 days, and it just be like this long. I said it be this, you be like, do you know that's because you was backed up and it's sitting there and you ain't got a squatty potty? You know I'm gonna talk about that squatty potty. You ain't got that. You better get that squatty potty so you can be anchored and your your colon ain't like this, well, sitting like this, and open up like this so it can come on down, just like, having a baby. But we're not talking about that. I'm gonna trip, throw that in there and keep throwing that in there. But I'm not going to make this live that long, but I just wanted to talk about that. And it's just something that you can just look at your family. You sit back and say, if I had to do this all over again, what would you change? And I'm like, and that's why I was just thinking about my parents. That was the only thing. For as me, I know I'm changing more and more every day with the meditation and walking and getting out into nature and really being one with nature. I'm just trying to tell you, it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful and beautiful thing. I know y'all done said a whole bunch of stuff, and I just missed all this different stuff. But hey, family, how you guys doing? I know I be cutting up, but you see, I had to reel it back. I had to reel back some of the stuff I'm saying because you can get real loose out here and saying things. But I did a podcast yesterday. Yes, yesterday. It's about community. I think all y'all should go listen to it. Very Wise Alternatives podcast. It's a segment on there that just was speaking to the youth. And it's a profound, and I'm telling you, this brother laid it down. Y'all know I'm talking about. As soon as y'all hear the voice, you're gonna know who it is. And y'all need to go on to YouTube and I want to say I think he's passed. I'm sorry, I think he's passed, but it's just the point. It's just the point that I mean, I didn't even research. I didn't research to see if he passed, but I think let the brother rest in power, because I would love to have been just a fly on a wall and hear him speak. And I'm talking about hear him speak to his family and how did he raise his family, because it's like Malcolm X and Dick Gregory, y'all already know, hands down. Y'all already know how I'm feeling. Y'all already know how I'm feeling. But guess what? Because the world is ugly and our leaders is doing the damn whatever, I'm not going to be bitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to change what I can change. I'm going to continue being happy. I'm going to continue loving that I have another 24 hours to spend with you guys. I'm loving that I did wake up this morning. So I can be, grateful for that. I am very, very gratitude, have gratitude for that. I don't know if y'all think about it, but we should. It's like, oh my goodness. I can talk about so many different things, but I was just really looking at my parents. I was just really looking at my parents, looking at the elderly, just wishing that, it's like they knew, but some of them were so scared. Let's be honest. A lot of them, they were scared. And I mean scared. When you talking about scared shitless, but they still full of that, they still got it. And I had to throw it in there because they sick. They sick. I'm gonna get off that soapbox and circle around. They're sick, but some of the things you just can't change people, especially when they set in their ways. You already know when you set in your ways, you can just be grateful that they're still alive. You're grateful that maybe they'll listen to the great grandchildren. It always takes somebody else. It always takes someone else to plant that seed. But all I'm asking you, family, y'all fam, is to plant those seeds, and have your people, like, even if you cook, even if right now you guys eat, make sure that you are doing things in moderation. That's all I'm asking for you guys to do things in moderation, because it's a lot of things that we're not facing out here, and we need to. We need to face. I'm sorry, my daughter's. I'm live. And now they told me I'm not gonna lie. She's like, you supposed to put the phone on do not disturb. I don't know all that stuff down. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to get this crypto down pack. So I know she laughed and she laughed. But anyway, anyway, I'm still trying to get the crypto stuff down, like I said. But just all in all, just do things in moderation, because you're saving, you're saving our future. That's all I'm asking, to save our future, even though, it's a lot of stuff that's going on, but we can make them stronger, make them more creative, let them come into their own power, because they need to, you know, they need to be like at your level. And then, like, when you pass, they already know how to pick up where you left off. I ain't like, Viola, what do you mean? Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all, like we talked about last live about Derek Gleason. I'm trying to tell you, I was on there. He was sitting there telling his daughter, she blindfolded and she counting them bullets. I'm like, she's saying the name of the bullets. And when she picked up that 9 and clicked it, put it together, blindfold, y'all. And then she picked up what was it, an AK-47 third element vitality? Was it Mike? Was it? It would look like the AK-42nd. She just, and a little girl. Y'all hear me? Y'all be looking at me, Viola, you know how to do a weapon. I even know how to shoot a 50 cal, a grenade launcher. I shot them all in the military. I used to be an armor. So I know a little something, something. Y'all think that, oh, she frail, she just a woman. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop with that. And I know it's like a lot of people like, oh, you too strong, and or you need to get in your feminine ways. Y'all need to stop that too, because sometimes we need to be in this realm, or this power, and stop looking at it as female or feminine or masculine. Sometimes it's necessary. Think about it. It's necessary, because if somebody come and knock down my door, I still got to know how to defend myself. I ain't going to sit there and cry and be weak. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to defend myself. It's about defending yourself. I don't know about y'all, but I want my kids to know how to defend themselves. I want even my grandbaby, and she won. She won. I want her to know how to defend herself. All right, grandma, let me bring you the magazine. Yeah, go ahead, baby. Give me the magazines. You know where they are. But remember, I'm trying not to knock out the school. Remember, you still want to teach them. Like I said, I don't know if I talked about it live. I did talk about it live. You still want to let them practice noise discipline, meaning somebody, break in the house, they go hide and don't come out. They go hide and don't come out. When you tell them go hide and don't come out, go hide and come out, but still bring me that ammo. Still unlock the guns and do what you got to do. Put them together. We got to make sure they know how to put some stuff together. Like, Viola, this is supposed to be, if you had to do it all over again, still, I would make sure that they knew how to do everything. I'm talking about even throw darts, a gun, what's some things, a slingshot, you know what I'm saying? Know how to do some nunchucks. Y'all gotta really feel me. Y'all gotta feel me. I know, I just want to make sure that we know, because if you go right now, I'm telling you, if y'all go on YouTube right now, not YouTube, if you go on Google or whatever search engine and you put up teach children how to hold a weapon, it ain't none of our people. I said that. You ain't seeing our skin up there. We need to make more videos and we need to make more pictures, but ain't none of our people up there. You see them 3 years old. 3 years old, holding a shotgun. You'd be like, what? I know. But you already know. I'm stuttering, but I already know that my daughter's going to teach my granddaughter. I already know that, because I'm having two. I'm having girls. I'll be having two. My grandbabies due next month, so I have two grandbabies, and I already know. I still got both legs, two arms, a strong mind. So you already know by the time they by the time they're 2 and 3 years old, well, they're really three, they're gonna know how to handle a weapon. They're gonna know about these weapons. I'm just doing that. I don't care. I don't care. But if I'm not here, family, I know you gotta say if I'm not here, I'm gonna make sure my daughters do that. I'm making sure my daughter's doing that. I don't know if y'all got questions and stuff, but it's very, very serious out here, family. It's very serious. I know I was supposed to did a video on things that y'all need to have, but y'all already know what to do. Y'all already know to have some bleach. And look, y'all already know to have food and water, but have some bleach, have some tape, have some plastic, enough plastic that you can build a wall, because you when you want to do some isolation, have some fabric. These are things that you should have. Some tape, duct tape, a whole lot of tape. I'm gonna just say that, a whole lot of tape. And you got to learn how to maneuver and teach your kids noise and light discipline. It's just a lot of things that we need to do. But and I'm gonna tell you, I know a lot of us, not a lot, but a few of us still have children has autism, to children has learning disabilities. They can learn too. You'd be surprised, they'll teach you. We always thinking that just because you have autism that you're slow. Those are some of the brilliant minds that we don't even get it. They're brilliant. They can teach us some stuff. That's why I said, don't sleep on the mouth of babes. Do not sleep, because they be knowing. They be knowing. They be looking at you like, well, do you know? Because I was just with God. Do you know? They be like, Ma, what you doing? What you saying? Some of them check us, especially when we be lying. Y'all know a kid's quick to check you when you lie. Ma, that's not how I'm supposed to do. But instead of telling them to shut up, listen to them. Listen to them, because they be knowing. And y'all know we be wrong. We be dead wrong. We can't do that. But we gotta be willing to change. We gotta be open to change. Just like I said, all the stuff I just said 30 minutes ago. 30 minutes ago. We gotta be open to that information. We gotta be open to that, because the exact thing that will kill us dead, that we don't even know if our kidneys are blocked, if our adrenal glands are blocked. You don't even know how bad your arteries are. I mean, it's like I don't even have it, but you already know that I be showing these pictures and your artery be this. I'm being silly, but your arteries will be this blocked. Y'all see the little hole right here? Your arteries be that blocked. You be like, well, a little bit coming through. Y'all need to stop. That I'm exaggerating. But I don't have anything to show y'all about arteries being clogged. But y'all already know. Just think. Just think of your arteries. Just think. I know they be saying those are symbols or something, but just think about your arteries. Just think about your arteries, and it's getting closed and closed and closed, and the blood is trying to push through there, and you just got all this plaque built up on your walls, and you don't know. The doctors mentioned about some hypertension. You be like, hyper who? But all you thinking is you got hypertension, but you're not thinking about none of the organs. You're not thinking, I mean, I'm just serious, family. You don't even know. You don't even know how far you are until you go to the doctor. You be like, oh, uh, and then you looking at a doctor and you're like, nah, I'll be all right. And then you be like, okay, but I'm not gonna change until they say you're gonna die. But anyway, a lot of us don't want to change because the food is so good. I get it, the food is so good. The food is so good, but is your family set up? Is your family set up to where you don't need to be here no more? Are you set up to your family not being here no more? I know I was watching on YouTube, and it was just look, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. It was this clip on YouTube. I said I wasn't gonna say it, but I gotta say this. There was this clip on YouTube. It's a name of a restaurant now. The name of the restaurant is, and if y'all know this restaurant, let me know. It was a restaurant it's called Heart Attack or something. And it was saying if you weigh 300 pounds, you get to eat free. They got this big old scale outside, and you're supposed to jump on a scale and you eat for free. And I'm like, and then you already know I was more upset that they always got to put somebody of color up there. They already got to do that. And I'd be like, man, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. But the movie I was talking about, the last video, in the video, I mean in the part of the video, the children was so slim because they was raised in the woods. They was raised, in nature, that when they got into society, they was like the little girl, a mouth of babes. You know how women, how kids can talk, and they was like, Dad, why are they so fat? They look like big. I mean, it was just so funny, and I was like, dang, I was gonna try to record that and put in the clip, but I went live anyway, so I can't show you that clip. But this is the things kids talk about. Kids tell you, "Daddy, you fat. Ma, you skinny." The kids talk like that. So as I said, we gotta really listen to the kids and really listen because they're telling you something, but you're not really paying attention. Just like, a pet can come lay on you and be sniffing around cancer. I mean, it's so much. I know I'm repeating myself, but it just needs to be said because some people didn't hear it, some people don't believe it. Some people's not willing to do that change. They're not willing to change. I mean, and even when I say give up some alcohol, and they be like, I can't give up my beer. And I'm like, okay, but how about just moderate? How you moderate? I know it's like, Viola, you gotta die something. No, you don't. And ugh, I hate that. I don't like when they say that. And then I gotta learn to, like, brush it off because I already know what my mindset, I already know what I'm gonna do. And I always look at it as that's not my problem, you know. I look at it like that's not my problem, but at least I said it. At least I care. Because I'm gonna tell you, when someone tells you something and they be truly honest, I can't get mad at that. You can't get mad because they're telling you something out of love. They're not, if they being sarcastic, then when somebody being sarcastic, when somebody being a dumbass and just trying to say something to hurt you. But sometimes, you know, we shouldn't take it as hurt. We should take it as, hey, what are they really trying to say? You know what I'm saying? And then you look at yourself because only you can change. Only you can change. I don't care what anybody say. Only you. Only you can take that information and take it and go further with it and live longer. Because it's a lot of hateful things going on in this world. Like I said, it's a lot of hateful things because stuff is happening on purpose. Stuff is happening on purpose. But if we learn, how can I put this? If we learn some of the shit that they know that keep us dumb, keep us poor, keep us not knowing really how to make this money and get it out here. I just say it, I'm gonna say it because it's almost an hour. But if we learned them secrets like karma, y'all know the fact, and this was profound because I was like, what the hell? They tell y'all, like, you're gonna look at the news, I mean, go look at these movies, they already tell you what's gonna happen. Just like the fact that y'all smoking, and because they tell you if you smoke you can get cancer, because they tell you, that's why karma don't be on them. Yeah, y'all can take this for it with a grain of salt. You cannot believe me, but you wondering how bad things will happen to these bad people. And if y'all research more on that, you be like, oh, I know how to get my power back. I know what she mean. I know what she mean. I know what she mean. Because we got to read between the lines. And we got to know when karma's supposed to hit somebody. But karma's not going to hit you if I already tell you what's going to happen. If I keep telling you, keep eating all that pork every day and each and every meal, you will die. You will die faster. Just like when the people say, well, you need to have some kind of meat in your body. Okay, but how about having meat 3 times a week? But nobody wants to. I know I got to have it breakfast, lunch, and dinner because I can't give up my bacon. But I'm just telling you, and I wanted to throw that comment in there because we don't realize it. We don't realize it. You don't realize how they keep getting richer. And we got to look at who's the days. Y'all can say how you want, but I'm talking about the average person. Y'all know who the average person is, but you be wondering why karma don't come on people, how they keep getting richer, the billionaires, and especially how they move in other markets. Because if you had the money, I bet you would have definitely learned how to clean up this water so we have some fresh water so we can live really longer, because our body absorbs when we're in that shower, when we're in that tub with that stanky toxic filled water. I said it. Your body's absorbing that. So what about your babies? What about the babies? I know we don't think about it. We don't think about it, but get a filter. Please get a filter. But I'm gonna end here. Almost at an hour. Did anybody have any questions? Look, I really appreciate you guys. I really do. I just wanted to say this, and I was just saying this because a lot of things needs to be said. I'm just trying to tell you, a lot of things need to be said, and we may think we can have a lot of time, family. You don't even know if you're gonna be here tomorrow. There's it's so much stuff out here that you just don't know, but but we know we can't talk about it because we on live and everybody listening, especially AI. And we don't know all these folks behind these cameras because I'm just sitting here talking in my house and I'm just talking to a camera. But anyway, it's anyway. I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say. But time is, we don't know. We just don't know. We don't. You don't know if you got 5 years, 10 years. All I know is I was listening to Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas was saying, hey, and I'm going to reiterate this because I probably said on my podcast or the last live, I don't even know. But if we sit here and think about how old you are now and the age that, because everybody like, I want to die at this age. And, we shouldn't think about that, but you do, especially when you get in your 50s. You be like, okay, I got 30, 40 more years. But if you look at that, if you look at the average, and then you look at your time, you look at you'll treat your family different, you'll treat yourself different, you'll want to change, you'll want to just eat some fruits, you'll want to go on a fruit fast, you're going to want to do things because a lot of stuff we still need to do out here. Like I still got some growing, some living. Forget all that survival shit. We got living to do, family. We got money to be made to living to do. Because there's other countries I still want to visit. Yeah, I said that. But how they playing us, shit, we don't know. We don't know. And it's like frustrating, but don't let that change you from being happy. Don't let that change you from how you live. Meaning, just because they're evil people, don't be evil. I know I'm gonna keep saying this because I'm not trying to incite any violence or scare nobody or have somebody try to commit suicide. You want to commit suicide, please call a hotline, get help. But I'd rather you get a mentor, and I'd rather you get somebody that's gonna build you up and really build you up. Seriously, I'd rather you get somebody to build you up because a lot of this stuff is some fake bullshit. I'm just gonna say it's fake. It is fake. It's like, what? I had to say it. You be like, it ain't real. Oh my gosh, I had to get that. I had to get that out because a lot of us, we be like, man, because they're gonna tell you. They're already telling you what they're gonna do. They're already telling you. I had to say it. I had to say it. But family, I know I didn't really get to listen to your questions. Whew, I don't know. Wait a minute. Knowledge for power. It says, wow, promoting obesity. What a shame. Yes. Oh my gosh, when I saw that clip and it was saying how this, and yes, in the restaurant, they saw porterhouse steaks. They sell big burgers. I'm talking about a big burger that's bigger than your regular plate. So if you got a plate, the hamburger is that big. The bun is that big. The bun. And they let you eat for free. So I was like, so I can go in there and eat like I can do it. Y'all know Famous Days. Y'all get that big. I used to do it every time my birthday come around. I'd be like, I'm going to Famous Days. I'm getting me the ribs and I'm gonna eat that whole what is made for 4 or 2. I can eat the whole thing by myself. You're like, dang, you did that. Yes. Yes. Talking about the arteries. Yeah, the artery. I already knew that I was like, I was like, man, am I messing up my arteries? Because I already had I could say, literally, family, I believe it was gout that was going on my knees, my ankles, my shoulder, my elbows, sometimes my fingers. I said I had to be gout. They was like, no, you are right. And give me a whole bunch of Tylenol and some heavy hitters, family. I had heavy hitters. I can get Dilaudid, I can get opioids, I can get all of that. I had it all. I'm trying to tell you. They was like, you need something for pain. My back would lock up. I had lumbar. Oh my gosh. We talking about pain in the neck. He was like, yeah, you a pain in the neck, just like you got pain in your ass. I'm being straight up. I mean, pain was everywhere, family. Pain was everywhere. But the worst pain was the bladder. And I was happy to get rid of that because everything else was normal. Because, I used to run. We used to run, 25 to 30 miles, if not some days with 40 miles out of a week. So anyway, family, anyway, yeah, I a lot of stuff going up in my head, a lot of stuff, and I'm trying not to say certain things, but all I'm asking you guys to change. Think about your community, and it's like, don't regret the past. Don't regret. All we can do is forgive. We can forget the lies. We need to change the unlearning and relearn, not relearn, unlearn some things and learn some new stuff. But be more conscious and get these books. Get these books, family, and read the books. Y'all know when stuff is BS. Come on, y'all know when stuff is BS. Y'all do. Y'all do. Y'all really do. I'm not supposed to be reading some of the stuff, but yeah. But I'm gonna end here, family. It's already been an hour. Yeah. Did anybody got any questions? Because I'm looking on here and I didn't see any questions. So if anybody got any questions, but gratitude. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you. Yeah. I see Heaven Plus 7. I like that name. Brenda J, I see you. I appreciate you. But if y'all don't have any questions, I'm going to go ahead. I see Gigi. Hey sis, how you doing? But yeah, I just really want us to, it's like right now we have the chance right now to change our history. We have the chance right now to change our children's children. We have that right now. Because now we already know about trust. We already know how to put a trust in place. Even if you don't learn, you know what I'm saying? Learn about the survival skills and learn it just to make sure that your children's children know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Learn more of the body, where the spleen is, where all the glands. Them glands are profound. If y'all know what all your glands did, you'd be like, okay, let me unclog every single gland. Because a lot of us are like one puff of a cigarette from a stroke, you know, drinking milk, you probably clogging up the arteries, eating these burgers. The parasites are just getting bigger. I mean, we need to really look at it. Parasites getting bigger. Family, when you get mucus in your blood, that's dangerous. I'm going to just say that is dangerous when we get mucus in our blood. That's how you get sick. You be like, Viola, you said it was the toxins and poisons and the the I'll get it out. The parasites. What y'all think the parasites be moving in? What y'all think it be swimming in? Y'all don't think them parasites be swimming all up in that mucus? And then y'all be thinking about the plaque buildup. Do you know that when I be saying stuff is encased in your stomach, it's hiding behind that mucus? And you be like, I ain't think about that. It's a lot of stuff we don't think about. That's why I said change is necessary. Change is necessary. I don't even care if you do a parasite cleanse twice a year, once a year, and still eat meat. At least you kill some of them. At least you kill some of them. Even if you fast and cleanse or did water, and I'm gonna say God's living water, the ones that you squeeze from the fruits and the vegetables. I don't care if you do that for a straight 3 days. At least you did something. But just know when you do it, you're throwing yourself. This is where the flu comes from. Because I've learned, I know y'all don't really want to hear this, but I'm going to talk about this real quick. When they talk about how the body gets this fever, and studies already shown, and look, family, y'all make sure y'all go to the hospital regardless, but I'm learning that the baby, studies already showed y'all heard they say that, because they try to flip some stuff out. Babies can go higher than between like 106 and 107. Y'all really got to get this. And this is not all nationalities or all races. I'm gonna say it to you like that. It's not all races that their body temperature can get that high. But just know your body is doing something. Your body's cleansing, your body's purifying because we messed it up. We messed up our body. We did it. We did it because we don't want to change. We did it. But I was just trying to say about fevers. Your body's saying in 98, but your body can go in 104. Your body can go in 104, but you need to hydrate. A lot of us don't want to hydrate. A lot of us want to stay, oh, I just want to sleep. Get your ass out that bed and hydrate. Or call and get somebody to come over there and help you. Because I'm tired. I'm family. It's like I graduated 85. Yes, it said 1985. I graduated at 17 years old. And now my friends are dropping dead. I'm hearing, and no, I'm not looking for no sympathy, but I'm hearing, oh, they died, and no one knew they was in a house. We talking about drop dead. It's just 3 so far. We talking about the last 90 days. 3 drop dead. Ain't nobody know they was in the house. Like, y'all gotta tell people when y'all home by yourself. Have somebody check up on you. Make sure somebody check up on you. You ain't gotta have the police, but make sure somebody check up on you. Make sure somebody got a key. Somebody you can trust. You can't trust everybody. You can't trust everybody with a key. But anyway, family. I just want you tell me how to unclog your arteries. Did you ask me how to unclog your arteries? Just like I said, y'all need to do that fast. Y'all need to do a fast. When we keep talking about a certain herb and you keep hearing cayenne pepper, I'm telling you, family, if everybody need to have some cayenne pepper. I'm just going to say everybody should have cayenne pepper tincture in their household. Why you hear me say that? Why you hear me say that? Because everybody in our society, especially, y'all look like me, y'all know at least 3 to 4 people in your own. And I can say between, I don't know how big your family is, between aunt, uncle, cousin, at least 3 or 4 have high blood pressure. Save their life. Buy them the best thing that they can have, some cayenne pepper tincture. Yep. But they do need to fast. They need to hydrate. They need to be out in the sun. They need to lose some extra weight. We need to really look at you losing an extra 5 or 10 pounds. We got to really look at what is necessary, what needs to be done. Because that extra walking saves your life. When I say 10,000 steps, I really mean 10,000. You may hear people say 3,000, 5,000, 7,000. I'm serious when I say 10,000 because you're out there in the sun. The sun is actually healing you and you don't even know it. The sun is healing. You got to stop saying, oh, you're getting cancer from the sun because you melanated like me. Then what else is mixed in your blood? We got to really know what's mixed up in our blood. Then it's like last time you clean your blood. A lot of us not cleaning our blood. A lot of us don't know we got leaky gut. Some people don't even believe in leaky gut. The word is permeability. Say that to your doctor. Then they go, oh, that's what you're talking about because leaky gut is fake. But anyway, but those are some things you can do. We want to get up and dance. You need to get up and walk. You need to have freshly squeezed, no store-bought nothing. Freshly squeezed. Cut back on the chips, the grits, the white pasta called spaghetti. If you didn't go and get a vegetable to make your spaghetti and use another, cut back on that. When they say you need 100% grains, why? Somebody tell me why we need 100% grains, please. They even said oatmeal is bad for us. Some of you guys can eat it, but it's called moderation. Moderation. I can say this over and over again. Moderation. Don't have oatmeal every day. Don't even eat them damn Cheerios unless it's made with kamut flour. Y'all be like, who? If you make coconut flour, you made your own Cheerios. If you took some some chickpeas like Violet eating that, I'm just saying, we talking about saving our lives. We talking about saving our health. We talking about having the next generation have no illnesses. And you say, where they do that? Where they do that at? That's how it always been. A 1,000 years? Like let's say 500 to 600 years. 500 to 600 years. You be like, that long ago? So things started changing in the 1900s, right? So we're looking at 100 years. But if you go back 200, 300, 400 years, I mean, if we really think about, we really think about it, you know how life was? A potato was a potato. You know what I mean? You had nutrients from that potato. When you got the corn, the right corn, because you remember everybody's like, I gotta grow some corn. That sweet corn. Now you can't eat that corn. We can't even eat the carrots, family. And you be like, well, what happened from then and now? Technology. Everybody want to be in a petri dish and trying to maneuver something to take something out. I'd rather eat what the bugs eat. I'd rather eat because I know it's good. Just like when I was talking about the cats and the dogs knowing it's poison water. I, make you want to get a cat and dog so you can know if your water good. I mean, I'm just saying, fam. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yes, doc. You said doctors claim we don't. Okay, so when the doctors say that we don't have parasites, why? If y'all look, y'all listen to the latest commercials, and it says make sure you want to talk to your doctor and see if you got a parasitic infection. So if the fluke worm didn't cause herpes, because look, viruses, you already got viruses in your body. I know that the microbiome is made of viruses. It is, it's made of viruses. You'd be like, what? Yes, you already got viruses in your body. You already have, fungi in your body. You already have that. You got bacteria. You already have it in your body. You already have a little bit of mucus fluids in your body. It's just that when it get excess of, like, look, we, especially when your body's in acidosis, that means your body is so acidic. But it's the same if your body is too alkaline, because some people go way over. That's why it's called balance. It's called balance. But when your body is acidic, whoo, that's going towards death. And then when you go and get suppressive therapy, y'all know we're talking about suppressive therapy. Mm. Yeah, the doctors can say all day and all night until your butt be itching, you bloated. Come on, family, come on. So, and I know some of y'all probably got some stomachs, but if you look at your stomach, right, don't you be wondering what's really in there? And it's not even your stomach. I keep saying your stomach, some of your intestines. You know, your stomach stuff holds in there 3-4 hours. It empties. Your stomach will empty. You coding it because if y'all steady eating and binge eating, you know. But anyway, so if you look at your intestines and they bloated, you be like, what is really in there? I'm saying you be like, what's really in there? Because if they do a sonogram and go in there and look, you be like, impossible. Impossible. It's no way. If y'all go on the internet right now and look at all these different surgeries when they talk about pulling parasites out of people, and you like, it's no way that parasite was that big. Yes way. Yes way. I know that you be like, you talking crazy. Y'all gotta say, I'm not here to convince. I'm not here to convince. If y'all really look at the studies, we go back and look at it, be like, dang, that shit real. You be like, what in the heck? I cannot believe it. Because when I looked at the parasites, I'm like, so if you leave meat out and them worms and they turn in flies, and you be like, well, that ain't inside your family. You're like, it's breaking down, but is it broke all the way down? Because when you eat a piece of corn, because we don't chew like we're supposed to, because we're not taught that. We're not taught to sit down and chew a meal. Because if you sat down and really ate a meal and chew like we're supposed to, you'd be so tired, you'd be like, I'm full. You would. You would. And I know it's like same thing, but anyway, it just, you know. She said rodents too. Yes. I mean, it's like y'all already know that they practice on animals first. So if they practice on animals and we eating the same thing, come on. What's the difference? What's the difference? What's really the difference? Because when you have a pet in your house, why you always say they need to deworm the pet? Because when the kids be licking and playing and touching, and the animal be scooting its butt all on the floor, and the kids get down and play, you don't think that they be passing germs and passing bacteria? Family, we supposed to pass bacteria. That's how yours get stronger. I'm gonna say this over and again. That's why yours get stronger. We're supposed to pass. That's why you need to be around every animal. You want to be around every animal so your immune system gets stronger. And I know I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but it's just important to just do stuff in moderation. Just do stuff in moderation. That's all I'm saying. Do stuff in moderation so we won't look back and say, "Oh, I wish I could have did this. Oh, I wish I can go back and change." Just change now. You got the time right now. You got the free will. You have everything to change right now to make your life better, to make the next generation healthier. Teach them the same thing that you're learning now. Look, it's better to, maybe go vegan for a little while, like maybe 6 months out the year, if not 8 months out the year, and sporadic, like every 90 days, have some meat, or every 30 days, because it takes, I would say, it's like 2 to 3 weeks. Is it 2 to 3? Think it's 2 to 3. I don't even know about heart, but I think it's like 2 to 3 weeks to get meat out your system. It could be longer, it could be longer. But then again, it's like how much you're actually eating. A lot of us don't really look at how much we really eating. We don't. We don't. All we know is we say we're sort of commercial, just like the Kellogg's flakes, the Kellogg's, and they got the shrivel up the Special K, and you see all them fruits. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna give me Special K." I'm like, "Well, why not just go get the fruit? Why not just get the fruit and bump the fake the fake wheat?" You be like, you can do that. You can get uh what is it? I can't even get it out. But I have a thing that drains the juice out of fruit. I forgot. What is it? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. You know, I can't even think of it. But anyway, I have all that. I make sure I practice that because I want to show my grandchildren. My kids, one listens, the other, everybody got to, grow in their own time. Thank you. Thank you. A dehydrator. That's what I appreciate it. But that's what I have. But it's just a point. It's just a point that that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do, family. That's what you gotta do. But anyway, it's just making sure the next generation live longer and healthier. And I mean healthier. Even though they change and stuff and trying to put some shit in our food that make if you didn't take the tat, you got the tat. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna leave it there. But I'm gonna end now. I appreciate you. Gratitude for taking the time to listen. But seriously, take heed to some of the stuff and look at your own, your own village. Look at the health, look at the state of them, and then maybe you're the one that can talk to them so they won't go out, with so much pain. It's like relieving of a pain, because don't you hate to look at, like, the state of our family, like the state of our elderly, like now they in so much pain, within a hospital, they lost their memory, dementia. You're like, what in the hell, what is going on? Why is, like, they saying dementia is normal? That shit ain't normal. It ain't normal. It's the food. It's the spraying, it's all that stuff. But it's worse now, because when you really, really realize that it is spraying, you're like, are they really doing that shit? But I'm an end. I'm an end. Just to ignore the curses, because it ain't really about the curses. It's just that it holds more weight when you cuss, but it just does. It just does. But don't get bitter, family. Just because you already know. Be aware, be proactive, and just go from there. That's all we can do, is just go from there. But I'm going to end. I say, see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Because I just want you guys just just to know, just to know. But peace, love, and light. You guys have a great day. Bye.